Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. At the top of the hill in Laguna, outside the park. Beautiful, serene day. Absolutely stunning. But you've been given hundreds of warnings. And channels like this, other channels, you need to get ready. And people have not taken these warnings to heart at all. And we're going to cover that. We're going to cover where the economy's at right now. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, we've got an email list you can sign up for. The link is below. Sign up for our email list. And first things first, Hurricane Ian in Florida is putting 15 million people in jeopardy right now. 15 million. Now, here's the thing, guys. We have talked about preparation to the point that people are sick about it. We know, Dan, we don't hear about preparation anymore. If they're not prepared, they're never going to get prepared. Okay, that being said, well, Florida stores are getting cleaned out left and right. And again, the people that prepared, the people that wrote me and said that they prepared, are not stressing over this at all. But think about this. On a sunny day, you could go to the store. You could spend, for your family, a few $100. Have some water, have some food, candles, propane, not worry about anything. Let the storm just rip through. Let the power get shut off. And you know what you'd get to do? Have top ramen. Eat. Whatever you want. Barbecue and have food. But no, people decided to put that off. And you're going to sit there and say, some people couldn't afford this, Dan. Well, how do they afford it now? Because it is disgusting that people are jacking up prices right now and people cannot find basic necessities, water, food, and again, that's what hurricanes do. And again, if you live in Florida, you live in the path of hurricanes. Just that simple. You need to be prepared for it. And, it can shift. It's going to, make landfall in the next few days, but it is going to do some serious destruction because it's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger during this time. So, again, take the warnings, guys. Take the financial warning. I had a woman write me and said, I love your advice. I do everything I can to get myself ready. And the best advice that you've given us, I'm going to give you two examples, is when you told us to talk to a financial advisor and get some solid advice on what to do with our 401k and our investments. And they met with somebody and everything worked out. We're on the right path. We're doing everything good and we're so happy. It was such a great relief. And then there's another woman that wrote me and didn't give me her name, so I can't tell you who this is. She says, my husband's 401k is down 40 grand. 40 grand. And I've tried to have him listen to you because I want him to go get some advice. And he says, no, this will all bounce back. When? When he's 90? When he's 100? When does it bounce back? So you have to be ready. You have to take the warnings. There you go. Another hurricane. Hurricane Ian is going to rip through Florida. And my heart goes out to these people. And, again, there are people that have to evacuate. Millions of people that have to get out of their house. Food and shelter is not going to make their house any safer. Understand that. But, there's things you can do to seal up the house. And hopefully it's just going to be a bad storm. No matter what, millions and millions of people, at least 9 million people are going to hit with a very severe tropical storm, which would have a tendency to do serious, serious damage, they're saying. There you go, guys. That's the warning right there. Now, with everything that we're seeing in the economy, we're getting all these warning signs about the bond market. For the first time, we've seen the British pound drop to where it's almost 1 for 1. It's almost at $1. In fact, yesterday, they froze trading on the British pound for a little bit. Guys, again, another warning that things are not good right now. And I don't care where you live. I don't care if you're in the UK or you're here. These people have no plan. Fed President Bostic, this guy said, hey, our goal is he's determined that we're going to have inflation get down to 2% again. When? In what lifetime? He believes that people have faith in the Fed right now, which we don't have faith in the Fed. This guy is delusional and kidding himself. Again, the building is on fire. Should we evacuate? Hang out, see what happens, see if it gets worse. No, guys, get out. Get out now. There are trillions of dollars that have been converted from the stock market to cash. Why is that? Because people know that there's a huge problem in the stock market. Now, all this seaweed, guys, this smells lovely. I mean, it smells like the worst sushi bar ever right here, okay? But this is one of those things that happens and completely changes the landscape for a week or so. The waves will come in, they'll wash this stuff out to sea, and it'll clean it up. But again, kind of a beautiful thing to see, not to smell, but to see. So Steve Forbes from Forbes magazine, he steps forward and says, you know, there is a solution to this inflation nightmare that no one's thinking about. And you're going, well, wait a second, Steve, why don't you speak up a little louder so we can hear what this is and you can tell us what it is. Well, what it is that we need to make our currencies more stable. How do we do that, Steve? Well, it's very simple. We back them with something of value. Now, there's the guy in the back of the room raising his hand right now saying it's Bitcoin. Okay? No, he's talking about precious metals. He's talking about gold, especially, and having our money be backed by gold and have it be 1 for 1, and it would stabilize everything and it would bring inflation down. It would make the value of the dollar go up in time. Whether that would work or not, we don't know. Whether anybody would want to do that, we don't know. I know the answer is no to that myself, because I believe that the Fed's goal is to have a digital currency where they're going to track everything you're going to purchase. You know, you bought a Slurpee yesterday. I see that for $2. Going to watch everything on you. You know, talking to different financial people in my life over the last couple days, San Diego, up here in Orange County, you're going to see crazy stuff happen between now and Thanksgiving alone, without a doubt. You're going to see things that we've never seen in our lifetime. And here's the thing. We've not seen financial instability with a potential recession, which I love that word because, guys, we're in something worse than a recession right now. You're seeing loss of business, loss of employment. You're seeing credit start to get crazy and jittery. It's not bad yet. You can still get loans, but you're going to see the banks cut people off soon. That's going to happen. And, you know, talking to accountants that are like, yeah, I'm telling my clients not to borrow any money right now, not to get themselves into a loan right now. And again, more and more mortgage companies are going out of business, and they're having more and more problems as we approach 7% fixed on a mortgage. And again, talking to this accountant today and telling us about how, you know, when he got his, you know, mortgage down to 8% and down to 6%, they were cheering it. But understand this, the houses were $400,000 less than they were now. So you can decide what you want to do and, you know, if you think this is serious or not. But there's a lot of things that resemble 1929 right now. And all the shenanigans that are happening, all the experts talking about this. There is a great article below, and they have quotes, and I won't bore you guys with these quotes, but the cool thing about this is that all these people were talking about, you know, you're a loser if you sell stock. You know, I listened to the shoe shine boy, and he gives me my tips. Well, that clearly was a tip from 1929. There's very few shoe shine boys, and I can't even say that, guys. So, but all these quotes, they compared them with what they have said now or back then, but all these quotes could seriously act like they were today, right now. Look, no waves, guys. Just really peaceful out here. But again, guys, it reeks of a major collapse. It reeks of instability. It reeks of nothing but problems right now. And here you've got, you know, another warning with this Hurricane Ian that people were not ready for. How do you not get ready for the hurricane? Seriously. I'm telling you this right now. If we had an earthquake here tonight, okay, I'm ready for that. Ready for it at my house, my girlfriends, my family members, my daughter, all my friends. I mean, they all know that they have their earthquake kits and they know what to do if there's an earthquake. But for some reason, people find it in themselves that Hurricane Ian hits Florida and they're not ready for it. They don't have backup of food and things like that. Man, that's scary right now. And again, when it comes to your finances, get some advice. Talk to people. Be ready. Be like the one woman that her and her husband sat down and talked to an expert. Hey, you guys are doing everything right. Wouldn't you rather hear that than are we doing the right thing? Or Mr. 40 grand that lost $40,000. It'll bounce back. Will it? When? Tell me when that's going to happen. You know, Steve Forbes wants to back things with gold. And again, gold has taken a hit lately. And I always believe in it. I think it's money. I think silver is money. I think that you're going to see more and more people realize this in the near future. You know, I went and looked at and bought more physical silver over the course of the last few days, and it's getting harder and harder to get. The places that do have it they don't have it in abundance like they've had in the past, where you'd have 500 ounces at a guy's store, and you'd be able to pick and choose and pick the dates of silver eagles and things like that. Just not like that right now. It's get what you can get. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. But we are in a time when it's really bad, and a lot more to cover in this video, but get yourself ready. I mean, I want to say it's the last warning, but it is, for the people in Florida, man, I feel for you guys, because this is just going to be a direct hit, and it's just going to go up the coast, and it's just going to take out so many homes and businesses and destroy life, and the stability of a community is just going to be awful at a time when people can't rely on this. People don't have the money to run their companies. People don't have the money right now for insurance, to further staff things. A lot more to cover. Let me get into it. Now, more real estate shenanigans. Caliber Mortgage, big mortgage company. The majority of the people work here in California. They just announced another 300 layoffs late last week. Oh, but Dan, it's going to turn around. You don't understand. You're an imbecile. The mortgage industry is going to be great again. No. The majority of the people were loan processors because there are no loans to process. Underwriters laid them off too. Junior processors, a chunk of them were laid off too, because again, there are no loans to process. There are no new mortgages. There are no refinances happening at these incredibly high interest rates right now. And Caliber Mortgage is done. So, share your thoughts on that. Now, electric vehicles. Let's just park it here for a second. Nikola, they built an electric semi-truck. All of them just got recalled because the seatbelts on the passenger side get ripped out with any strong force, so they recalled all of them. We don't need seatbelts. I drive really safe. You don't need to worry about that. So, needless to say, these smaller car companies. Now, it's less than 20 vehicles right now, guys. It's sickening. This company is, everybody's saying that they're going to revolutionize everything with electric semi-trucks, and there's 20 recalled. That's all the trucks that have been delivered right now. Now, the next one is our buddies at Volkswagen. Volkswagen has a fully autonomous car, level 5, which means it's fully autonomous. You can eat, sleep, you can live in this car, okay? Well, that's good. You're going to see a lot of people do that really soon that won't have a self-driving car. They're going to be living in their car soon. But with Volkswagen, you can get an autonomous driving car. It looks really cool. It looks very futuristic. It looks like something out of a movie. The link is below. But again, guys, when do you sit there and say 200 grand for a car? Who can afford that? Seriously. 150,000. Who can afford that? These numbers get staggering when you start to see the price of these electric vehicles. I love follow-up reports with all the subscribers and people around the world. And John wrote me about such a great follow-up to the state of California getting rid of, gas heaters and natural gas. Think about this. Most people, which we didn't even cover in the last video, have a water heater here that's heated by natural gas. They're very efficient. They've got a bowl. You get the flame heats up the bowl, heats the water, and it stays hot. And if you get a good insulated one and you get an insulated blanket around it, very efficient. Well, they're going to get rid of those. So you're going to have to go to an electric water heater, which is going to be incredibly expensive. Ouchie mama. Now, people that have pools, same thing. Now you can sit there and say, oh, they have a pool, Dan, it can. Okay. I understand that. I understand that really well. It's going to be incredibly expensive to heat your pool. Now, again, I know of only one person, my friend Bob, who converted his house to solar, and Bob had a $650 electric bill about 12 years ago, and with all the discounts and the shenanigans and grinding on the solar company, he got the solar for $18,000 minus his rebates and everything, for the sole purpose of heating his pool and having his 3 daughters live there and play there and have a good time there. And so if you think about it, $650 brought it down to under $20 a month, paid for itself in 3 years, basically. Okay? So that works. But again, heating and cooling pools doesn't always work. People right now are spending $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 on solar energy and saving $100 a month. Do the math, guys. Do the math. Because it's just not worth it. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. You're seeing so much craziness right now with all of this. And, let me know what you think about this, because I had somebody write me today, I live in Colorado. Why are you still in that state? I love this state. I really do. I hate the taxes. I hate the politics. It sucks. I mean, it's laughable, the stuff that we have to go through. But, that guy in Colorado is going to be freezing inside of 6 weeks. I always love the emails from subscribers. And Paul wrote me about some electrical work he wanted to get done, and he called a reliable local electrician in Arizona. And the man said, we can come out December 6th. Huh? Okay. 45 days from now, it's going to come out and give him a quote. Now, please understand, if you accept our bid, it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks from that point. And that's if we have the parts and availability. Guys, this is done. Business is finished if this is the way it's going to be conducted, which leads me to John, okay, who wrote me, who's a contractor. Got a job, got a deposit check from his client for $8,000. Good for John. Goes to deposit it, 20-day hold. Huh? Got to buy materials with this. I can't wait 20 days for this. Guys, by the way, that's 20 working days, so that's 4 weeks. It's basically a month John has to wait. So John goes to the client and says, hey, what's the problem? Can we get it another way? Well, that's from my line of credit off the house. So again, guys, you're going to see this more and more and more and more. You're going to see banking delays and delays in business more and more. But again, this job could be done by the time the 20 days are passed, but this guy has to wait. Now, get used to it, guys. This is what's going to happen. Now, you can sit there and say Paul and John. John's a bad contractor because they're putting a hold on his check. No, it's ridiculous, guys. They're doing this with everything. All the holds. People that work at the banks are telling me that's all they're getting is they're getting extensions of the hold times. They're doing everything they can to slow down people getting money. That's simple. Now, as far as the contractors and as far as materials, this guy, the electrical contractor, is real honest with Paul, saying, listen, the contractor says, we're having difficulty getting reliable people to come to your house, which again would be a turnoff for me to having anybody come to my house from that company. But it's reliability of workers and materials, and making sure that we have enough materials to get through. That's crazy, guys. Now, about a year ago at this time, I started talking about a deli in New Jersey that was listed on the OTC stock exchange and had a market value of $100 million. And it's crazy, guys, because they just got indicted for this because it was a deli. Right. Think about this. The deli had yearly sales of 40 grand a year, $40,000 a year, and they manipulated the stock to where they could have it listed on the stock exchange and have it be worth $100 million. Well, James Patton, Peter Coker, and his son, Peter Jr., are all indicted right now and face years in prison, years and years and years in prison for stock manipulation, wire fraud, everything. But they had a deli, and that was the only asset that they had. Think about it, $40,000 a year, you know, $3,000 a month in sales. I mean, that's basically, it's like $100 a day in sales that this deli did, and it was known for its submarine sandwiches and cheesecakes and all this stuff. No, it was known for nothing. It was known for, having stale bread and not being able to service people because nobody went there. That's what it was known for. So share your thoughts on this stuff. But one thing I found was the old story, the original one, talking about, hey, have you guys heard about this deli worth $100 million? So needless to say, the world is getting back to normal. And what's happening is that shenanigans and people that have committed shenanigans, they're catching up with these people slowly but surely. Share your thoughts on all this stuff. You guys heard about the deli? What do you guys think about these contractors? It's sad because I'm telling you guys, you want to offer better service to people. That's the key right now. Form a Facebook group. Be the small business leader in your area. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you sell service, if you're a coach, if you do termite inspections, if you're an electrical contractor, if you do anything, you're a lawyer, be the small business group on Facebook for your area and get others to join it for free and share leads. That's what you want to do. But also it would help you with getting suppliers, getting better people to work. Again, not everybody's unemployed. Not everybody wants to sit at home and starve. There's people that want to pay their bills and make a car payment or two. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. We keep hearing about a weakening dollar. We keep hearing about a crash that could happen. Do you listen to stuff like this? Because I do. Michael Wilson of Morgan Stanley steps forward and says that the problem with the impending value of the dollar could create a lasting problem with bonds and with stocks deteriorating. We've already seen stocks drop 23% during this time, and he sees that it's going to drop much lower. And anything could happen. Another thing is that when you guys shop, do you sit there and look at different places? Do you sit there and go, hey, I want something cheaper? Walmart, of all places, is getting into the wedding dress business. Okay? Crazy article below on this. They're going to have wedding dresses that are going to go from $900 and less. The lowest price is going to be $89 for a wedding dress, which is wild when you think about that, because wedding dresses, everybody knows how expensive they are, but Walmart's going to get into that business. And they're going to start with plus size gals, 14 to 28 in size, 14 to 28, size 28, a full figured gal. Now, back in the day, the only thing I know about women's fashion is that sizes have changed since I was younger and in college. When if a girl said, I'm a 1, I'm a 2, I'm a 4, I'm a 6, I'm an 8, you could literally buy her a dress and it would fit like a glove. Not anymore. Oh, I'm a 4 at some of these places and a 6 over here. You know how it is. It's just not the same. Now, great Walmart story with me. I had a job interview about 10 years ago. A little more than that. Yeah, 10 years ago. And supposed to meet these people at a hotel by LAX, by the airport. And gonna meet at like 1:30 after lunch, and they call me and they say, listen, it's going to be postponed till tomorrow, so we'll let you know what time. So anyways, I go about my day and I'm driving around. I'm in the Long Beach. Now, for those of you that know Orange County to Long Beach, I'm like in the middle of, uh, you know, LAX, which is Los Angeles, and Orange County. You know, I'm right in the middle. They call me and say, hey, listen, the meeting's on. They want the interview to continue, and they want to meet with you at the prearranged time of 1:30, whatever it was. And I'm like, oh, crap, what am I going to do? So whip out, oh, sure, no problem. So I'm debating, do I drive home and buy a suit? You know, what do I do? So I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to wear no tie and get a jacket. Where can I get a jacket? So Walmart. I go to Walmart and they had jackets there. And I bought a jacket for, it's like $100, okay? Black. And it, you know, it looked okay. And I put it on. I went to the meeting and I got the gig, okay? But the funniest thing about that was I took that jacket to my tailor and said, hey, listen, what can you do with this thing? He made this thing fit so well and so good, and it cost me $30 more for the jacket. That, I mean, took in the sleeves, tapered it. I mean, it was beautiful. I wore this thing to events, and oh man, that is, where'd you get that coat? That's really sharp. Yeah, Walmart. So that was the joke. Got it at Walmart, guys. Okay, and I would tell everybody that. But again, if you ever buy a jacket that doesn't fit, get a good tailor, guys, because it works. But Walmart. So what do you guys think about this with these wedding dresses at Walmart? I think we're gonna have a lot of things like that. The other thing that's coming up is the post office and money order. Somebody's trying to tell me that these the money orders to the post office are backed by gold. Okay. So needless to say, this guy found it as a great place to not deal with a bank and not have them ask questions because the money orders are under $3. So share your thoughts and all that stuff. I'm going to end this video with this last couple stories. And I love when I do a video on something and people just inundate me with good stuff. When I did the video on the grading system and how the Orange County Register writes up restaurants when they have health department violations, it brought a slew of stuff. And one guy sent me a story of where a DoorDash driver was upset because he ordered a Chick-fil-A breakfast, they delivered it to him, and then the guy said, you know, here's your tip, it's $1.50. The driver was so incensed by a $1.50 tip that he took the guy's food and threw it in the tree. And the guy walks out in front of the house and says, hey, bro, where's my food? It's in the tree. That's where I put it. Thanks for the $1.50 tip. Okay, so anyways, I don't order that stuff, guys. I don't order things like that and have people deliver it because you can never do right by those people. The best one was a guy sent me a site out of Broward County in Florida called Dirty Dining, and they are scathing with these people about how dirty pizza places are and how awful they are and just cockroaches, rodents. Get that with your pizza. But you got to see this article because it's crazy, and that's below. So anyways, I love all that stuff. Send me anything. I always read. I do the best I can to get through everything. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, we've got the email list you can sign up for below. Link is below. And we have Patreon if you want more exclusive content. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.